Good morning, everyone, and welcome. My name is Amy, and I am the local history officer here at Gympie Regional Libraries. Thank you for joining me today for this short pictorial history of Mary Street, Gympie. I would just like to acknowledge the Cubby Cubby and Gubby Gubby peoples as the traditional owners of land on which this event is taking place. I would just also like to acknowledge the Bachelor peoples, the traditional owners of country in the northeast of the Gympie region, and the Waka Waka, the traditional owners of country in the west of the Gympie region. I pay my respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging, and elders from other communities who may be joining us today as well. Here is a short pictorial history of Mary Street and how it has changed and developed over the years, going from dirt roads to bitumen roads, from a two-lane street to a one-lane street, and from horse and cart right through to motorised vehicles. This is a view of Gympie from 1884. In the bottom left-hand corner of this photograph, you will notice a bridge. This bridge is the location of Nash's Gully, where James Nash first discovered gold in Gympie. In later photographs, you will see how this bridge has changed to become the Five Ways Roundabout. Here we have a very early photo of Mary Street from 1868, just 1 year after gold was discovered in Gympie. As you can see, all of the shops are built out of timber and there are trees growing in the main street, which would have made it very difficult to pull the horse and cart through. This photo of Mary Street was taken in late 1868. The trees have been removed from the main street and a road has been established. Pictured here is Central Mary Street in the late 1890s. As you can see, Mary Street has developed quite a lot. The roads and buildings are much more established. Here we have a photo of Central Mary Street from 1910. At this time, the primary form of transportation is horse and cart. This picture is of Lower Mary Street from the early 1920s. If you look in the top left-hand corner of this photograph, you will notice the very beginnings of Town Hall. This photograph also shows the introduction of very early motorised vehicles. Here we have a photo of Central Mary Street from the 1930s. If you look on the right-hand side of this picture, you will see the Empire Hotel. This photo is of a very busy Central Mary Street in the 1950s. As you can see from this image, roads and buildings are well and truly established, and motorised vehicles are now the norm. And by the 1980s, Mary Street has become a two-lane thoroughfare. This photo shows Central Mary Street from the 1990s. As you can see, there is a more prominent streetscape and the road has been upgraded from two-lane to one-lane in Mary Street to create a more pedestrian-friendly area. Here we have a photo of Central Mary Street from 2016. Next time you are walking down Mary Street, look above the shops. You will notice some very old architecture from days gone by. If you look in the top left-hand corner of this image, you will notice the beautiful remaining architecture of the Cullinane store, a very well-known store in Mary Street. And finally, here is a more recent photo of Central Mary Street from 2023. As you can see, while Mary Street has changed a lot over the years, some buildings still have features that are recognisable even today. Take, for instance, Patterson Brothers Drapers, which is still a curtain shop today. The Bank of New South Wales building also remains largely unchanged and is now used by Gympie Regional Council. Here are some more then and now photos of Mary Street for you to enjoy to help you compare just how much our main street has changed over the years. These two photos show how Nash's Gully has evolved to become the now Five Ways Roundabout. These photos show the changes that have happened in Lower Mary Street. Notice the horse and cart in the then photo. This pair of photos reveal how much Mary Street has changed. Did you know that Cullinan's had stores on both sides of Mary Street? The Cullinan store on the right-hand side of this image was later replaced by the Gympie Post Office before transitioning to what is now the Playback Arcade. These photos show the Memorial Park gates in central Mary Street. You will notice the memorial gates themselves have remained largely unchanged. However, there are some additions in the later photo, such as the Memorial Lane murals, a shade sail, and buildings on either side. These photos show the differing face of Upper Mary Street. You might notice that some buildings have remained mostly unchanged, except for a few awnings which have been removed. These pictures show how the Smithfield and Mary Street intersection has evolved. As you can see in the first image, Smithfield Street was just a dirt road, and the bank building on the corner did not exist at this time. Carlton Hill and the Five Ways have seen many changes. If you look in the centre of both photographs, you will notice the St. Patrick's Church. This church was built between 1883 and 1885. As you can see, it has stood the test of time. You will notice the many changes of Mellor Street over time. In the first photograph, you can see the gasworks, which is now the Senior Citizen Centre. You'll also notice the Olympia Theatre, which is now home to the Gympie Library. If you love all things local history, be sure to check out our local history blog, Gympie Regional Memories. There is a wide range of information available on this blog that you can access for free, and you can use the search function to search for information on topics that interest you. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this presentation.